PK52, the Saturday morning meeting. A lot to talk about this week. I had planned to jump into Toyotathon and how to really get ready, because I know some of you are new to the car business and some of you are watching Saturday morning meeting. Toyotathon started in 1980 and it was brilliant, but you're going to have to wait a week because so much is happening in the car business. There's a lot of things that I would do that some of you might not consider doing as a salesperson or a manager. I'm going to talk about some of those things today. Let's talk about what's happening in the car industry. Every single year we have to watch magazines print vehicle of the year, truck of the year, car of the year, SUV of the year. And we're thinking, how in the world did they pick, for example, Ford Fusion as car of the year? And we've driven both cars. We've gone to the launches. We try to be subjective, but the Camry's a better car. It's a better car. It's a better car. There's more options. It's going to last longer. It's going to have a higher resale value. They're marketed at the same price. It wouldn't make any sense for anybody to buy a Fusion. The same thing with maybe a Cruise. And so now we know that Ford is discontinuing their car lineup. General Motors just announced this weekend they're going to shut down 3 plants and get out of the car business, basically. But I don't understand. Are they getting out of the volume car business? In general, car vehicle business? They're not going to convert these 3 plants over to make small SUVs because that's what Americans are demanding. They're just going to stop making cars altogether? Are they going to make cars in another country and bring them in here? How are they shutting down 3 plants? Do they not expect to sell the same volume? I mean, this is things that I want the writers out there and the newspapers and the online people to talk about. I mean, are they backing out of the volume? Do they expect the volume of new vehicle sales to go down so much next year that they think shutting down 3 plants is going to be the best overall way to make money? Toyota and Honda have dedicated both companies to making great midsize cars. Honda makes an okay midsize car, you know my opinion, and Toyota makes the best midsize car forever. Same thing with our compact car, the Corolla and the Civic. Nissan just jumped in and really changed out the Maxima and the Altima. So these are the manufacturers right now that are selling passenger cars. And to be honest with you, you've got to look at the market. If I'm 75 years old, I don't want something that I have to climb into. You know, I need something that I can get into and drive comfortably and see out of. The visibility is great. And that's not an SUV, gang. That's a car. We all have SUVs in our lineup. And SUVs are harder to get in and out of. They don't get as good a gas mileage. They say they get 35 miles per gallon. You don't net the 35. You drive a 4-cylinder Camry on your very first trip somewhere, and you get 2 miles better than it said it's going to get. There's not as much visibility out of those cars. And so I look at the buying demographics of the people that can actually buy cars, and I know that Toyota and Honda are always trying to decrease their age demographic. But people are living longer. People are driving longer. And I don't know how any car company, manufacturer can get out of the car business. But there they went. Then I look at the other side of the coin. You know, the banks still look at 110% of MSRP. If you have decent credit, they'll finance MSRP plus another 10%, and that's what you can get your loan balance on. Well, I go out and look at a King Ranch Ford truck for $67,000, and by the time they discount the truck and give me a rebate, I got $15,000 off the price. So the bank will go $67,000 plus 1.1 or times 1.1, and I can get a loan on $70,000. But I'm buying the truck for, I don't know, 58, 57, 56, but I get a loan for 70. So good news, I could take $10,000 of negative equity out of my last car loan and roll it into a vehicle that's almost $100,000. Man, that is so frugal. Well, you know, Toyota's got to play the game too. You know, we'll put $3,000 on Tundra because we need the $3,000 for the customer to be able to pay their sales tax and their fees that come from their state. They don't have any money down. The economy is always tight for people that are moving up. And that in middle class and upper middle class, they're living at their means level, and that's kind of the way we've always done it in America. So when they come in to look at a $54,000 1794, they don't have any money down. So the money down now, Toyota provides that through TFS or the banks, a little bit of rebate money, and that allows them to roll everything, all their taxes and fees into the car note. So we're there, but we're not at $12,000. We're not at $15,000. We're not at 30% off of MSRP like Dodge runs around the southern states. And I'm wondering, if Ford sold the King Ranch for $67,000, no rebate, and Toyota sold the Tundra for $54,000, no rebate, what would the choice of people in America be? It'd be that truck that's made in San Antonio, Texas. So it's interesting how the business is going right now. So here's some things that I would do. And again, I'm being way too aggressive today, and I'm sorry it's holiday season and I shouldn't be like this. But I'm going to get some small cards printed up, a little bit bigger than a business card. And I'm clearly going to state on that card, your manufacturer has discontinued this vehicle. The equity you hope to get is no longer in this vehicle. The longer you wait, the worse the situation is going to get. I'm sorry to be the bearer of this bad news. I've been selling Toyotas my whole adult life. Please call me and let me put you into a vehicle that will take care of you, that will be the best vehicle you've ever owned, and will give you a chance at equity when you trade out of your car. And then I'm going to put my name and my number on there. Now, I know a lot of you are looking at me going, man, Casey, I'm not going to do that. Y'all didn't start when I started. I mean, my first dealer thought it was a good idea to get us some paper sacks from the grocery store and put them in our cars, and one day a week drive to all these parking lots in town, tear a piece off of this, I want your trade, in a marker, and put your name on it, please call me, and put the telephone number of the dealership. It was supposed to, I came out of the grocery store and I saw your, I don't know, whatever, Chevrolet truck. And I was so enamored by your Chevrolet truck that I tore my grocery bag off and put it on your windshield wiper because that's all I had. So I come from the day where we did that. And I know a lot of you are thinking, man, that wouldn't work. Have you ever done it? Have you ever got more aggressive than standing there with 5 other people looking out the window of the dealership and hoping somebody came in? This is a time for all of you that sell Toyotas to understand that we will continue the Corolla. We're bringing out an all-wheel drive Corolla. We just launched a hybrid Corolla at the LA Auto Show that gets over 50 miles per gallon. The Camry is by far the best mid-size car in the world, bar none, right now. It doesn't mean that Honda's not going to come out with another car in a couple of years, or that Nissan might make a run at us, but right now, there is not a better mid-size car in the market. These Tundras that drive through fire in the LA campfire, these Tundras that make it 1,000,000 miles, are the best half-ton truck that's ever been made in the history of trucks. We are the hybrid car company. I get it that other companies have made hybrid cars, but we're the hybrid car company. We've got a sports car coming back out. Is it going to be horsepowered up like the Hellcat? No. Is it going to be a car that will probably get over 30 miles per gallon and rip your soul out when you hit the accelerator? Oh, you can count on that. And that car's about to drop on you. We've got a brand new RAV4 coming out that everything you've heard about is accurate. I mean, you never thought that you would buy a RAV4 and take that off-road and have an off-road look. I mean, it's a small SUV that's super functional. Now it's super functional and super phenomenal. And the RAV4s we're selling right now are tremendous. And you know you can't get away with a video. Let me close this out by saying, it looks like to me that new car numbers are going to be down next year. You got an entire manufacturer shutting plants down with no statement of, we're going to open these plants back up and build brand new small SUVs. You have their CEO that didn't go to the LA Auto Show because she didn't want to answer any questions, and I don't blame her. I wouldn't have gone either. I would have not gone either because there was nothing she could say that was going to make anybody happy. And you're working for a car company right now, if you're my Toyota people out here, that every once in a while, we have to make a car deal any way we can make a car deal, make the customer happy and everything, but we don't have any excuses. We're the #1 manufacturer for certified used vehicles. Your technicians in your shop sign a legal document stating that they have checked and inspected and fixed and repaired and prepared this car for sale, and we give a copy of that to every single customer. You chose a great career. You couldn't have picked a better car company. Just like all manufacturers right now, the rebate money, the incentive money, and everything that everybody's done over the last few years has really ripped a lot of profitability away from Toyota and Honda and Chevrolet and Ford and everybody else. Watch what happens next year as the manufacturers back off on incentives so they can right their ship. They want to be able to produce great cars for the future. Toyota's not a car company anymore, it's a mobility company. They want to be able to build robotics and autonomous cars. And they need money to be able to do that because that's the way the industry is going. This next year is going to be a great year for midsize and compact cars because we have the Camry and the Corolla. Look at me, Camry and Corolla. Go get aggressive. But it's also going to be the greatest year in the history of the used car industry. Buy these cars back from TFS, these off-lease cars. Don't let somebody else down the road at an independent used car dealership or Ford or Chevy buy our Camrys. What do you think Ford's going to do and Chevy's going to do in 2 years when they don't sell mid-sized cars anymore? They still have a client base that wants a mid-sized car. Their used car lots are going to be fronted with Accords and Camrys. I know this is a lot to talk about today, but strategize your future. Look at where the market's going. Interest rates are going up. The cost of money is going up. The price of new cars is not coming down. What it costs to buy a new car next year will be greater than what it costs to buy during our Toyotathon. If you've got a customer thinking about buying a Toyota right now, you need to sell them a new Toyota in the month of December. If you're normally a 12 to 15 car a month salesperson, you need to ramp up your aggressiveness and you need to sell 30 cars this month. It will never be better next year than it's going to be in the next 30 days. Time to get our knees up. We make the greatest car company. I've just been waiting for the day to do a video where everybody didn't second guess me. Well, KC, Ford makes a fantastic car. Chevrolet's Malibu and Cruze, the Volt is a fantastic car. You know what? I've been getting that for so many years. So many people have been telling me how wrong I was. I wasn't wrong, was I? Can't wait to see what you guys do this month. Greatest new car time for Toyota right now. The Thon is on. Next week we'll talk about the lineage and the legacy of the Toyotathon. You guys have a great month. This is a time for giving, and our car company is given to us. They've stood behind the product and they've stood behind the customers. Toyota, the greatest manufactured vehicle ever. This has been PK52, the Saturday morning meeting.